years of college, I threw every single day. Of course you want to be a champion. Of course you want to be working towards winning titles.
Be happy, but never satisfied.
Better than ever.
Championship C4UC Canadian Ultimate Championship on the 4-on-4 format. And yes, we are in Oshawa, Ontario, and Ultimate Canada recognize the lands on which we gather today are covered under the Williams Treaties and rest within the traditional territory of the Mississaugas, a branch of the Anishinaabe Nation, which also includes Algonquin, Chippewa, Odawa, Ojibwe, and Potawatomi. So thanks for being with us. This is our third appointment today, and saying that we are excited to show our first junior game is clearly an understatement. My name is Etienne Fournier, and I will be joined with
Yifan Wang. Happy to be here, everyone. And there's the first poll has gone off for our first live stream junior game.
So this team will feature Canyon from British Columbia wearing the light jerseys. Then they're facing off against Team Manitoba wearing the dark jerseys. So Canyon started this game off on offense, receiving the opening pool of this junior game. 8 teams are featured in the junior division. So we're very excited not only to webcast junior division game, but also 2 teams from out west of the country. So thanks for flying in to Oshawa, Ontario, in order to take part in that national championship. Number 56, Montgomery with the disc, forced backhand, but being blocked by Team Manitoba. First turnover of this game. Team Manitoba threatening for the first break point of the game. Oh, just slightly out of reach of the intended receiver. So great counter strike from Team Manitoba, but just out of reach. Ella Mutt was the intended receiver, but a little too high. Canyon from BC with Kapuscinski putting the disc back into play near the sideline. Kapuscinski again with the disc, forced back in, feeding Manny, lazy Manny. And now it's number 10, Aisha Ketchison, scoring the first point. So it's an offense hold by the BC squad, taking an early lead 1-0.
So these teams are, yes, we mentioned before how excited we are, and we found out some information from the teams that are here. So just maybe if you can see on the sideline, the coach Dean Wright, he has been coaching Ultimate for 32 years. Which
32 years.
That's amazing. So that's double the time of most of these kids have been have been around. Very lucky to have a coach with this much experience.
So taking this opportunity also to thank all the chaperone and the coach, like taking part in that tournament, while we see 2 quick turnovers, one from BC and one from Team Manitoba. Redemption for the dark jerseys, number 91. Ray Shura putting the disc back into play. Ray Shura once again going. It's floaty. There was some contact. I don't think there's any foul call because no arms were done.
Oh.
But number 18 seems to struggle. Ford Kelsey.
Yeah, so it's indicating, yep, an injury substitution, which they are allowed to do.
So the junior division is 18 and younger. Great pass along the sideline, but out of reach of number 3, Celeste Curie. Team Manitoba back in possession, looking to hold that offense. Possession, great grab by number 11, Cale Pedersen. That feeds the disc to number 16, Jillian Anderson for Manitoba. First point, but there's some discussions. It seems that she caught it on the line. So the disc is still live. And oh, number 56, Chris Montgomery just knocks this disc down in order to create what can potentially be the first break point of this game. Canyon going long. Morissette was a target, but just a little too long out of reach. So Team Manitoba back with the disc, forced back in. Pedersen with the disc. Great pivot foot, dishing it back to Anderson. Anderson to Pedersen along the sideline, going up, finding 16 Anderson. Oh, dishing it to number 28 Minish, but she could not get a hold on that disc. So it will be Canyon second opportunity of the game to score what can become the first break point. Force is back in, away. Straight in the middle, but once again, number 11, Pedersen, creating the turnover. He has a great footwork, very quick, great anticipation, and it was caught in, confirmed by the sideline. So we have a tie game at 1 after a few, not unforced error, but really blocked by both teams so far.
Yeah, so the difference I think that we're seeing between this game and some of the senior games that we've been watching is just a bit longer in terms of possession and moving around, a bit slower and a bit less precision, but you can see all the heart is out there, and I would still say this level of play is just amazing for kids of this age.
So for those who just joined us, we're featuring right now a junior division game. White jerseys are Canyon from BC, dark jerseys Team Manitoba. It's a 4-on-4 national championship. And a nice sliding grab by Canyon. Number 33, Amelia Ranahan, securing the disc. But no, I think she caught it out of bounds. Still, nonetheless, that was a great sliding attempt to secure the disc. Manitoba along the sideline. Great grab in the air by number 25. Pull it, dishing it quickly to her teammate Martin to score what is the first break point of this game. Team Manitoba taking an early lead, 2-1. Oh, it's 2-2. No, I'm sorry for misleading you. That was a point down there, so it's not a break point. So we are tied at 2s. No break so far. BC, but it's blocked, and it's Callahan. Was that cut in?
Wow,
And
first
it's
Callahan we've
confirmed.
seen. That
Wow,
was
Callahan.
amazing. Yes, and they've all decided to stay on the field, so this is fairly quick in terms of the changeover. Oh.
Noonan is the one who performed that Callahan. So Team Manitoba leading 3-2 with the first break point. Wow, first break point as a Callahan. That's worth mentioning.
That is pretty amazing. It's the first Callahan we've seen on the live stream so far this tournament.
So Yifan, can you explain to the person, or the audience who are less familiar with the sport, what a Callahan is?
So a Callahan is when you make a defensive play in in the opposition end zone to score a point. And this happens fairly not regularly, so I would say very rarely in a game.
Odd,
so
actually.
yeah, so it's great to see this, and especially at the junior level. This is just amazing.
So whenever you intercept a pass in the opposite end zone, well, you are a Callahan player. So we are back tie at 3s. Team Manitoba with the disc, but no, it's blocked by number 1, Morissette, quickly moving the disc on this left-hand side. Montgomery dishing it back to Morissette. Morissette going open to number 17, Manny. Manny going backhand. And here's the first break point by BC, taking the lead back 4-3 early in this first half, which was so far fulfilled with a ton of action.
Yes, the disc is moving really smoothly around the field. There's a lot of great plays, and it's so athletic at this level too, that they're just, you know, able to make cuts all over the field.
There's a ton of reason to enjoy the junior division, and one of them is the intensity of the squads that showed up here in Oshawa in order to compete in this national championship, the 2023 edition. Manitoba going hammer, break side, convert and caught by number 21. Zidiki going back to Anderson, quickly moving it back to Pollitt. Siddiqui once again with the disc, faking it, flick. Great defense by BC. Pollitt with the disc, floaty but bleedy. Siddiqui winning that vertical battle with great focus on the disc. One-hand catch to tie this game back to 4s.
And what great height he got on that jump. That was pretty amazing. There's a lot of excitement on both sides. This is a tied game. It's a great battle happening on the field.
BC in their own goal line, putting the disc back into play, but they are trapped. They fall. Oh, that was a great bid, but a little short. Callawert with the disc, going back, and great grab by number 5, Manny Jonah. There is what we think is her sister, also Lizzie, on the roster. Number 11, finding her teammate, Grafton Freeze.
And there seems to be a call on the field. So it looks like Manitoba is calling them out. Just a note to the fans out there, the line is out. So if they are on the line as their first line of contact after catching the disc on the far side, that would be the line out.
And ultimate is a self-officiated sport, so the players are responsible to rule out the fault, travel, and line in or out discussions, so which requires what we call the spirit of the game. Grafton Freeze attempting to reset, but miscued with Ketchison. Team Manitoba back in possession, going sideways. Midfield. Rachura with the disc, going backhand. Floaty, was that caught in? Yes, it was indeed. Manitoba taking a 1-point lead in this first half. So Yifan, can you tell us how long lasts a game in the format we're in throughout this national championship?
For this tournament, games are 45 minutes. So there is a horn to indicate the start and a horn to indicate the end. Oh, that was we almost lost it up there in the lights.
Good reading, but a little too much power on that back end. Manitoba, great pass and run. Number 25 catching it this inside, and we confirms a score by Cooper Pollitt, granting Team Manitoba a 2-point lead after this break point. So both line staying on the field. Number 8, Kapuscinski with the disc going sideways to his teammate. Montgomery going floaty long, but just out of bounds. Intended receiver was Manny. Lazy Manny. So Team Manitoba looking to potentially score a second break point in a row. Pedersen feeding Mott, dishing it to Pollitt on the sideline, resetting in the middle. Pedersen and Pollitt exchanging the disc. kind of a zone-ish defense by BC, and here's the block performed by number 3, Celeste Curie. Turnover, BC looking to hold that old possession. Great grab by Montgomery, quickly dishing it to number 3, even though there was a ton of pressure on Montgomery by number 11. So great spirit also amongst the two players, shaking hands after giving a great effort.
Great excitement from the Canyon side. This is their first point in this matchup for 3. It's been 3 unanswered, so this makes up for it. And they're hoping to keep this momentum going.
Dark jerseys with the disc. They're from Manitoba, being coached by their 32 years of experience coach. Turnover for BC. Quick dish on the break side, reaching out from Morissette, feeding his teammate in the end zone, making this game a tie, 1-6 break point by the BC squad. Manitoba going long, Sidiki's the intended receiver. Great battle up there, but blocked at least partially by number 15 from BC, Calloward. Moving upward, Canyon, Morissette with the disc. Calloward going break side, but too low. Couple of inches up the field, and number 33 ran ahead, could not handle it. It was a tough one to catch. Manitoba, Siddiqui with the disc, looking for an option, wants to reset it, but it's out of reach of his teammate, Rachura. BC threatening for another point, quick one here in Oshawa. Kenyan taking the lead, back 7-6 in this first half. Whoa.
It's quite the change. Now it's 3 in a row unanswered for Canyon. One of the things I've noticed in this game is that when it's been a quick point, they actually let some of the team members stay on the field. So they don't change lines, they just stay on the field and play out another point.
We have changed the lead in this game already 4 times. Can you believe it? We're only at first half. Going long, floaty, but no, could not be handled by number 19. Quickly, BC going hammer. Was that caught in? Yes! Great focus, great field awareness by number 56. Montgomery, oh, with a great, wow.
Yeah, he's very excited to manage to keep his toes on in the field. That was amazing.
I would be exhausted after scoring that point, doing that acrobatic move, and still he goes back running to put his mark on. That's what junior division is all about. Manitoba trailing by 2.
And there seemed to be miscue, yes.
Montgomery would put the disc back into play near his own goal line. Going break side flick, floaty, but a little too much power on that flick, making it out of reach. Manitoba threatening back, looking to hold that O-line possession. Oh, nice try by number 12, Graham, but she had to tiptoe to make sure she stay inbound, but the disc was out of bounds. So BC Canyon with the disc back. Manny, great grab up there by number 11, Grafton Freeze, but did she cut it in? That's what players are discussing right now. And it's confirmed with a shake of both opponent hands. So Canyon, BC now having a 3-point lead. They have scored the last 5 points in this game.
So there's a huge shift of momentum. That's the halftime horn. So halftime lasts for 2 minutes and the horn will sound again to bring us back into the game.
So Yifan, your impression on this first half and what should Team Manitoba adjust in order to close that 3-point gap? What are your thoughts?
I think they just have to bring themselves back into the game. They had the momentum going for a while, and I think it's because of these 4 kind of quick points in a row that they've just maybe lost their focus a bit and just getting, you know, really stressed out about playing the other game rather than their own game. So they just have to calm down and just understand they did really well so far, and so they just need to, you know, bring it back.
So halftime, the BC squad, the Canyon, now leading 9-6 against Team Manitoba. We are in Oshawa, Ontario, just about 90 minutes east of downtown Toronto, where the Canadian Ultimate Championship 4-on-4 is being hosted. 8 teams in the junior division, 16 teams in the senior division are attending this wonderful event. We would like to thank all the volunteers. Our cameraman is doing an amazing job. Like now he points at us,
yes.
But I think we should point at him because he's way better looking at least than me. So, well, that's my, at least I agree with myself. That's my own point of view. I don't know what, you know, you can share your thoughts, Stefan, but you can keep it to yourself, although, but I think it's pretty good looking. So we'd like to thank all the volunteers, also all the Ultimate Canada squad who has done an amazing job putting this event together. And also like to thank our sponsors, Discraft, the official providers of disc of this national championship, and Be Ultimate, the official apparel sponsor of this event. Also like to thank all the people coming in with the junior teams,
yes,
like the coaches and the chaperone.
Yes.
Thanks for taking times off your agenda to come and make sure this junior athletes enjoys this tournament in a secure way. Team Manitoba trailing by 3, quickly attacking the end zone, but being denied by number 10, Aisha Ketchison.
And that was a great jump and grab from
BC midfield. Ketchison finding Kapusinski. Going break side. Along the sideline, it's been caught. Was that caught in? We're saying it was caught just before the end zone. BC threatening to enter the double-digit zone, scoring-wise. Great high release, back end from a left-handed number 8, Max Kapuscinski, granting his team their 10th point of the game. Another break point from the BC squad. The white jerseys now leading by 4. In their own goal zone, Manitoba looking to put the disc back into play, but great defense pressure by BC. Nice pass and run by number 19, going all the way and scoring. Manitoba 7 point, now trailing by 3 to kick off this second half.
And as we can see, basically both lines have stayed on the field.
Was that caught in or out of bound? No, it was caught out of bound by Celeste Curie. Manitoba looking to strike back, which they do with a 1 pass for the point. Manitoba now trailing only by 2. Number 5, Kale Pedersen, catching that disc. So momentum shift from one team to the other. It was all about BC just up until a few seconds ago, and now it seems that Team Manitoba has some kind of a momentum. BC cross the field quickly. Now it's a 2-pass point, but there was some discussion. There was a call at the initial throw. I think it's probably a travel call. Kapuscinski was in possession of the disc. Disc is back into play. Scuba sideways, but out of reach of the intended receiver, number 11, Grafton Freeze. Manitoba looking to score their third consecutive point in this second half. On the sideline, going sideways to create some space. Number 16, Anderson with the disc, was looking to dish it, to pull it, but miscommunication. Kapuscinski back with the disc, now completing his pass sideways to Montgomery. Kapuscinski again with the blade to Montgomery, holding it back, feeding number 17, Manny, Lazy Manny. Kapuscinski tried to grab that this with his left hand, not able, but Manitoba ensuring they take advantage of this possession, and we now have a 1-point game. So momentum is all about Manitoba right now.
They've been really managing to capitalize on any of the breaks that they've had. We'll see if they can be answered.
BC had scored 6 points in a row if you look at the first half and the second half, and now Manitoba responding with 3 points and maybe a fourth one in Work City is the target, but out of bound. Unfortunately for Manitoba, BC quickly running to put the disc back into play, attacking the open side, quickly earning some yardage. Floaty disc, BC stopping the Manitoba momentum by scoring their 11th point. We are back at a 2-point lead from BC. There will be some substitution, and as you mentioned, Yifan, that's something we haven't seen in the senior division so far, like players playing 2 points in a row.
Yes.
That's something we have seen quite often in this game, at least.
Yes, it seems to be that if they have the energy and the coach agrees, that they get to stay out and play another point.
Energy is what Junior is all about. Great disc movement by the dark jerseys, but it was partially blocked, I believe, by Céleste Curie with her hand. So BC taking back the disc, attacking the break side. Curie along the sideline going flick, but there was a call prior to an injury call, I believe. So more likely the call was made before the pass was attempted. So even though it was an incomplete pass, it will go back to Céleste Curie while we are trying to help the injured player. So it looks like an ankle injury from our point of view, but he goes off the field by himself, which is always something we like to see. I'm not mistaken, you find it's number 25 who got injured?
Yeah, so it's Cooper Pullett. But you see that that's one of the medical staff, a athletic therapist who's on the sideline to assess how he is.
So second half of this game featuring Canyon from BC against Team Manitoba Junior Division. We are here in Oshawa, Ontario, where is being hosted the Canadian Ultimate Championship indoor 4-on-4, and BC scoring their 12th point, taking a 3-point lead back, which they had earlier in the second half and late in the first half. So Yifan, time check, where are we at right now?
So it looks like we have another 15 minutes to play. Neither team has taken a timeout yet, even though each team is allowed 1 timeout per game. So we'll see if they take advantage of this.
Manitoba, great block by BC, number 15, Noah Calvert, denying that reset pass. BC threatening to score a third consecutive point. They are on the doorstep of this opportunity. Kapuscinski going lefty, finding 11, Grafton Freeze. Well, it was a floaty disc, but it landed out of bounds. Quickly, Manitoba, but there was a call. I think it's a travel call. Kapuscinski, he said, well, he didn't put the disc back into play at the nearest point on the inside line. He went sideways.
Yeah, I think he's telling him that he did a diagonal instead of where he had set up already his position. So if he went around him.
No arms were done on that last call. Manitoba, nice pass and run by number 19. Going in, but just out of bounds. They worked all along the sideline, but were not able to secure that possession. BC with the win at their back, leading by 3 right now. Going long, Kapuscinski is the target. The lefty handler catches it, dishing it back to his teammate Calloward. Calloward breaking the mark. Oh, Ketchison, I'm not sure she was expecting that pass. It's a turnover for Manitoba with another opportunity. Nice pass and run once again by Manitoba, going break side, but it's being well read by number 11, not Pedersen, but I should say Grafton Freeze, blocking this pass. It's that same Grafton Freeze putting the disc back into play. High release, but almost, I don't know if it was blocked, but nonetheless it's a turnover by Manitoba. Looking at the expression of number 19, it was blocked at least partially. Was that up or down? Hard to tell from our point of view, but it seems it was, but there was a call. Was there a call prior to that? The players are discussing, but no, the disc will be put back into play near the end zone where Manitoba is trying to score another point, but another block by number 11. Wow, what a point the Grafton Freeze is having right now, just denying, well reading and playing some tight defense on this Manitoba squad. Kapuscinski being very optimistic about that throw. That was a great pass, but unfortunately out of bounds. But great skills shown by Kapuscinski. Manitoba at their own goal line, moving upward. 91, Ray Chura going sideways. Ray Chura once again with the disc, giving some hand signal to his teammate. Give me something in on the open side. Number 14, well, there was some tiptoeing. Was that caught in? It looks like the two BC players.
I believe
seems
there's
like
still some discussion
saw,
going on there, yeah.
Right? There's some reenactment. We're looking at the crowd who might have had the best perspective on that.
Yes, as this is a self-officiated game, they are to make decisions on the field by the players who are actively playing, but in cases where they may not have the best perspective, they are allowed to ask people on the sideline who have a good perspective of the play exactly what happened, whether they were on the line or not, and so it looks like it's agreed that that is a point.
And you found with your wide experience as an observer, like whoever received the disc catches the disc when it's like tiptoeing the line, you're probably in the worst situation to judge if you're in or out, because your two eyes were focusing on the disc, not on your feet.
Exactly.
So it's always like either your opponent or somebody else will more likely have a best perspective than the person who catches this disc. What do you think about that?
Yes, that is perfectly true, and a lot of times when we do, this is one of the things that we manage when observers are on the games. We do manage the lines and the times.
12-10. BC leading by 2 in this second half. Trapped along the sideline. Manitoba looking to catch, but no! Is it a Callan? Was that caught in? Yes, It was. We just witnessed a game with 2 Callahan points. How unbelievable is that? BC taking back a 3-point lead. Wow, 2 Callahan during the same weekend. It's unbelievable. In the same game, I cannot believe it.
By juniors, this is just amazing. Tells you a lot about the quality of the sport in Canada.
Siddiqui with the disc. Manitoba shaking themselves off, dusting themselves off after being a victim of a Callahan. Great defense by Montgomery, celebrating once again his achievement. And yes, we have a double happiness. Montgomery making the defense and scoring the point. BC 14, Manitoba 10. So momentum is behind the white jerseys right now.
We also saw this in the last game that was on the live stream, where the team that was leading actually lost the lead halfway through the game and never managed to get it back. I mean, the game is still going on, so won't jinx it too much, but this tells you this game moves really quick and nothing can be assumed by who has a lead early on in the game.
Already 24 points were scored in the game, and we are about halfway in the second half right now. BC taking the disc back at their own goal line. Manny with the disc.
That's a great
feeding
grab.
74 McDonald. Going to Manny, but well read by number 11. Pedersen blocking the disc. Quickly moving upward, but a miscued amongst the 2 Manitoba players. Manny feeding his sister. Going break side. Oh, miscued amongst the 2 family members. But Manitoba wanted to move the disc quickly, but maybe a little too quickly, and it's a turnover. Another miscue by the dark jerseys. Timeout call by the BC squad, who will take the disc back into play at their own goal line. So BC leading 14-10. So Yifan, what should Manitoba do in order to close that 4-point gap?
Well, I mean, there's not a lot of time left. There's 6 minutes. I think they just have to pour on the intensity. They have to really want this, because for right now, what we're seeing out there is this a lot of miscues, but it's happening on both sides. But they just really need to get that momentum back, because it's been 3 unanswered so far.
We have seen some unforced error throughout this game, but we have seen many blocks also, defensive blocks. So those 2 teams are able to generate some blocks and generate some turnovers. So they just need, I believe, to capitalize on the turnovers they are creating, or that being offered to them.
Yes, and some of it may be just, they could be tired. As we've seen so far, a lot of the lines have been staying on the field, and that can be very, very tiring. This is probably, for this team, maybe their 3rd game of the day, so.
BC. Jonah Manny putting the disc back into it, but it's hand block being denied at their goal line. Manitoba quickly dishing it. Number 12, was she in or was she out? Graham, she was out. Dishing it back in the middle. Quick flick release, but oh, just a little out of reach of number 28, Kara Minish. So it'll be Manny putting the disc back into play, going flick open side. Great bid by number 18, Ford Kelsey, trying to catch that disc, but there was maybe a little too much enthusiasm into that throw, I would say.
Yes.
Lack of love in that last throw also, just a little too far away, little out of reach from number 28, Kara Minish. Another BC possession at their own goal line. Ford Kelsey getting himself open, but no, it's dropped. Unfortunate drop by number 74, McDonald. Manitoba threatening, but it was a low pass. It was, I think, partially blocked by number 18, so the intended receiver could not get a hold on it. BC at the exact same point as a few seconds ago. Manny with the disc going break side, finding Ford Kelsey, dishing it back to Manny. Not Lizzie, but Jonah Manny. Jonah Manny to Ford Kelsey, looking for an answer. Going sideways to Jonah Manny, going hammer, the left-handed handler going hammer, but no, out of bound. Manitoba moving the disc quickly sideways. Floaty disc, two receivers, and it's confirmed. Manitoba's 11th point, making this game a 3-point game late in this second half. Time check, Yifan.
Well, we have just probably about 3 minutes left before the end of the game, so not sure if they have enough time, but there have been some really quick points made, so you never know.
It is still possible. It will be tough, but still possible. Oh, great grab by Montgomery. Great intensity by number 56. And BC on the doorstep of another point, and here they go. Confirmed, number 1, Morissette, catching the disc, giving his team back a 4-point lead late in this second half. So time is running out for the team from Manitoba. Still, they're fighting hard. Dishing it in the middle. Great pass and run by number 5, Noonan. And here's a point from Manitoba, not wasting any time. So BC with the disc, looking for an answer. Grafton Freeze reaching out to Montgomery, going back to Morissette. Now it's 33, Ranahan looking for a Scuba, holding it back, dishing it. Oh, nice grab. Nice aggressiveness in order to catch the disc, not towards his opponent, but well read by Morissette. So 16, 12, 4-point leads for the white jerseys of 16-11. Now 5-point leads for BC with only a few minutes left in the game. Great pass right in the heart of the field. Siddiqui just dishing it, but oh, unfortunately number 24, Martin, could not get a grasp on that disc. Turnover. BC with the disc. Kapuscinski, the left-handed handler from BC, wearing number 8. Now it's number 3, Curie, with the disc. Floaty, Blady, but no. Out of bound. Manitoba, but we hear the horn. That signals the end of the game. And BC is winning it by the score of 16-11. Wow, Yifan, how exciting was that junior game?
That was amazing. There's a great battle out there. Both teams, you could tell there was just a lot of intensity, a lot of excitement going back and forth. But the fact that Canyon was able to come out and pull ahead in the lead after a 6-4 difference, this is just pretty amazing. And the level of ultimate, I must say, it has been amazing. Knowing that these are juniors and to have this level, it's, to me, it warms my heart.
I mean, we have attended 2 Callahan points. How many scoobers, how many hammers, how many layout, how many blocks, how many great throws, great intensity, amazing show that those two teams have displayed here at this national championship. That was our third assignment of today. Our next assignment will be at 3:30, from 3:30 to 4:15, where we will attend again a game against Red Tail from Alberta, being seeded number 1, and they will be faced up against North from Manitoba. So 3:30 is our next appointment. So my name is Etienne Fournier. I was one of your hosts for this game.
And my name is Yifan Wang. Thank you everybody for joining us. And I want to do just a little special shout out, because one of the people who was probably watching this game would have been Angela Hilland, who's the treasurer of Ultimate Canada Board of Directors, and her daughter, number 16, was playing in this game. Jillian.
And congratulations to all the parents who just watched their kids play amazingly here at this national championship. It's always a great experience for those young players to attend that kind of competition. So you can be proud of all your athletes. So in the meantime, go outside, throw some disc, and we'll meet back at 3:30 Eastern Time for our fourth